Every morning starts the same way, complete chaos. She wakes up every day like breakfast is the greatest event in human history. Now, there was a time when opening this cage required bravery. But we've made progress. Not a lot, but enough that nobody gets tackled before coffee. She's supposed to be using the bathroom, but the rooster is already yelling at everybody. We go ahead and let the chickens out and come back in for our first meal of the day. And suddenly, peace is restored to the kingdom, at least for about 30 minutes. Mom usually wakes up 30 minutes later, and Sophie begins her second shift of emotional support duties. At first, she pretends to be patient. She sits there quietly, staring, wondering why the cat is on the bed and she isn't. And just like that, personal space no longer exists. She is waiting for me to get back up so she can have her second meal because she pretends that Dad didn't feed her earlier. And she launches herself at me like an uncoordinated gazelle. Now, mind you, Sophie is 90% legs and sharp claws. There is no graceful way for this to happen. So every morning becomes me trying to defend myself while she aggressively loves me. And at one point, you can actually see my fingers desperately trying to hold on to the phone, continue filming, and protect myself at the same time. I finally get up and start my morning routine. And somewhere in the middle of my morning routine, I have to make sure everybody in the house is emotionally regulated because at any moment, this can turn into a workplace disagreement. The cats are trying to exist peacefully. Sophie is trying to love them aggressively. So now part of my morning routine includes supervising before coffee. At some point every morning, Barbie reaches her limit, so she removes herself from the situation and retreats to her cat tree. From there, she silently judges the dog, judges me, and honestly questions why I have not kicked this dog out of the bedroom. And then there's Milton. Every single morning, Milton claims the bathroom sink like it's part of his daily routine. This is apparently his daily spa appointment. He gets a drink, takes a bath, reflects on life. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to get ready for work, around a cat who believes he pays the mortgage. And no, you cannot rush him. Because if I try to move him, he immediately yells at me like a defiant toddler being told it's bedtime. And then he jumps right back into the sink to prove his point. At one point, all three of them are in there like this is some kind of animal court hearing. The cats are silently judging the dog. The dog is just happy to be included. And meanwhile, I still cannot get into my own bathroom. Milton looks like the angry judge. Barbie is clearly taking notes. And Sophie is the defendant who has no idea she's on trial. And somehow, I'm the one paying for this courtroom. And eventually, I have to leave for work. Sophie takes her morning position on the couch, like she's preparing for a very exhausting day of supervising absolutely nothing. And honestly, I'm not entirely sure what she does all day, but every afternoon when I come home, everything still seems to be in working order. The cats are still alive, the house is still standing,